Well, everybody, Kusog7ande is on its 7th iteration. We have new players, we have old players, we have some people who have been around since the beginning of time, which I'm not sure why they keep coming back, but some of them do. I really appreciate those who play, and for all of the volunteers, including the GMs, our emulator master Corndan, our head referee Kate, and everybody else who has helped make sure that all of the information is up to date. Let's go ahead. I don't want to waste any time. Let's go to our game reveal. Yeah, Buff Jake, I love to see ya. Please welcome on in the final GM of the day. It has been a little while since they have been here. I believe they got a little bit busy last year. They are a beloved GM. Say hello to our friend Tristan. I still have your egg here. I don't know if you like being an egg bird egg. Bird egg. Yeah, great to have you. Specchio, thank you for the sub as well. Hello there, Tristan.
Hello.
Are you still fine with your egg self?
Yeah, you know, that's important. I think we can keep that.
It's good to be an egg. Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah.
Well, good. Yeah, I know that you got really busy last year, but honestly, I love having friends who, you know, it's sort of the reality of the internet. You know, friends sort of disappear for a little while when they become busy, and then when life gets a little bit calm, pop up again. It's good to see you be one of those popping back up. So, yay! Hello!
Hello. Yeah, with practically no notice, I moved several states across the country, and that was incredibly hectic, but
that's a little busy, yeah.
Yeah, California got a little bit too drought and a little bit too on fire for me, so I popped up to Washington State, where there's plenty of not fire and plenty of water, so...
Yeah, it rains a little bit up there.
Oh man, it rained here more in the first 2 weeks I was here than it ever did the entire time I was in California. I love it.
You like the rain?
I'm from Florida. I like storms.
Ooh, okay. That's good. I like rain when it's warm. Otherwise, I never really had been a big fan of rain, even though I grew up in a desert. I don't know. But yeah, like, I feel like if I were to move to the Pacific Northwest, I might enjoy it because it tends to be a little bit warmer when it rains.
Yeah, I love it up here so far. It's
all good.
Real comfy.
That is great to hear. Well, are you giving out comfort to the players, or are you giving out sort of the chillier type of game?
You know, I think we're going to be all smiles for this one.
Oh, good. Everybody better smile.
I was going to give out a platformer. I was going to give out a platformer, and then I think during the match with Blasphemous Roar, y'all were commenting on, well, there's a lot of platformers here, so I just suddenly changed my mind. I gave out a puzzle game. Inspired by the Emoji Movie, somehow. I don't know how that worked.
Reverse inspired. Maybe Emoji Movie was inspired by this game.
Perhaps. But what we got today is Dudes with Attitude.
This is a game that we actually own here. I have a card of this. This is an absolute nightmare. It's actually Justin's game, though. For some reason, his mother thought that this was a good game to buy. Dudes with Attitudes. You own this. I don't know if he's aware that he owns this game. Oh, we've got a card of this over here. And we're going to see it here. And it's really bad. Yeah, that's all. Okay, I love you. Yeah. Okay, he's just trying to tell me where it is. I'm not gonna go get it. But yeah, we definitely do have this. The wonderful thing about some of these colored green games as well is that because they're rare, they're a little bit more expensive. Ours isn't in good shape, so we probably couldn't get a whole bunch of money off of it. But why would I want to? It's Dudes with Attitudes. You got smiley faces. You know? It's great. Yeah. So I am working on getting everything captured. Everybody feel free to just chill, relax, go get yourself a drink. If you are not hydrated, you should be. Okay, and other than that, I am excited for this game. This is absolutely a nightmare of a game. I've played a decent amount of it. Since this is a puzzle game and there is a level select, how are you having them progress through the game?
So the way it works is you only have access to 3 or 4 levels at any given time, and when you beat one, another one becomes available in the chain. So you have choices, but the choices are kind of corralled in a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
What we're going to do for progress is after you beat each level, you're actually able to see the total number of levels you've beaten. But it's the number of lights around the frame of the score screen in the post-level wrap-up. So I've got to keep an eye out and try to count how many of those I can see after a racer beats the level.
Yeah, I like that. I'm looking at one of the streams here. I have no idea why their game is so small. I'll go ahead and capture it the way that they have it, but it's like taking up about 1/8 of the stream, and the rest of it is just like blue background, and it makes me laugh a lot. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it is.
So after all the stream folding, spindling, and mutilating, I'm actually having a little bit of trouble like seeing it, and I'm worried I might not be able to count their score like that.
However, yeah, are you able to see on my stream, because I do a stream through Discord in order to help you out a little bit, are you able to see there the games?
Yeah, we might be able to roll with this. I think we'll be okay with this.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just let me know if you need any help and I can help out. Worst case scenario, there will be VODs that we can go and review if needed. Which, by the way, Wolf is probably busy just verifying how the game went for the last match. Because although we believe that the players took certain places, we don't... when there is any doubt, we do go and do a review to make sure that everything has been done fairly and that everybody, you know, gets the score that they earned. Honestly, thank you so much to everybody who is playing for us and who is, you know, putting on a good show. I'm really happy when we have Kusog7ande. It's my favorite time of the year, having these matches, and honestly, because it lasts most of the year, it's always my favorite time of the year.
Yeah, I was about to say, you say it's your favorite time of the year, and it's like a good, what, 9-10 months usually?
Yeah, that means that my year is a good year. This is the last match that we have today, by the way, everybody, so if you have had fun, feel free to make clips, go ahead and share with your friends. Anybody who was on the stream as well, you are welcome to take any of the footage that you had. I am completely happy with people making highlights of things that they enjoyed. Or you can just go ahead and tell your friends about it. You know, the more people that we have showing up here, the more that we can keep things growing. We do give prizes when we get to the bracket as well, and all of the support that y'all have given has made a huge difference. Well, here we go, our 4 players. Wait a second. Is it Polterghost actually playing? It is Polterghost, our last Kusog7ande champion. In the top left, Mr. Zimbu. Top right, Waffle Fox Bree, who is actually married to Hedge Maze in the bottom left, and Maxell 40 in the bottom right. A lot of names that I'm familiar with, and I am just very excited about getting started with this in just a minute after I do 1 or 2 quick things. There we go. Making sure everyone is more or less the same aspect ratio. So let me check with the players and see if they are ready. Everybody feel free to go ahead and put in a prediction. You do not necessarily have to vote for Hedge Maze's life. But I probably would. Yeah. Now, go ahead. Vote for whoever you want, because honestly, we have a lot of names that I'm familiar with here. Although I think this might be Waffle Fox's 2nd tournament. The others have been around for quite a while. Maxell,
I think, is brand new.
Oh, really?
I think.
I thought Mixel had played before, but I could be mistaken.
Okay.
This is Waffle Fox Bree's first Kusog7ande, but she has been on Don't Make Us Bored before. That's what I am remembering. Okay. So everybody, if you are new here and you have been enjoying the stream, we'll try to be back next Saturday and Sunday, probably with 4 matches each of those days, because, you know, we've got a whole tournament to go through, and we're still in this first stage. Oh no, I got a yeehaw from Waffle Fox. Mixel is ready, Mr. Zimbo is, and Polterghost just hopes that they're ready.
I can't see yeehaw without thinking about something completely, like, not good.
Best of luck to them. Everybody, you need to spam all of your most emotional emotes, okay? Because we're doing the countdown. Spam all of your emotions. Attitude, happy, dude, foxy, babe, patch, bozo. Bozo is a clown. Well,
yep,
yeah,
Bozo's
a clown. I see scared emotes. I see happy. As soon as I see movement in the first stage, I will start our timer, and there we go.
Okay, so
that's an emotion. Good.
This game is a mess. The basic idea is you have to clear every gem off of the board and then get a door and go in the door to exit the level. The way you clear the gems is you have to hit the gems while being the same color as them, and you change your color by hitting the paint buckets.
Yeah, this game is a nightmare.
This game's a nightmare. You move automatically from left to right. You can only control your vertical movement.
You can control speed a little bit, I think, by holding A or B, as you see Waffle Fox and Polterghost have done. The other players are taking it a little bit slow. I think they'll probably figure out the speed mechanic later on. But yeah, learning that pretty quickly is going to be helpful.
Yes. So our racers do have the ability to kind of choose what stages they go to within a set of 3 or 4 stages at any given time. So we may see they opt to do different stages. A racer may skip one they're having trouble with. Again, score is going to be determined by, at the end of each stage, there's a number of lit boxes around the frame. Everyone has, you know, one now as they finish the first stage.
Yeah.
I've got about 2 frames to catch that and try to figure out how many there were.
We've got VODs. You can go by frame, you know?
Yeah.
And honestly, it's not going to matter a whole deal until we get to the end of the match. The eyes have it. Oh no! It looks like Mr. Zimbo is fighting the smiley face. Definitely a creepy one.
Yeah.
Those teeth.
This one introduces a bunch of hidden stuff. You don't have any paint buckets available to you at the beginning, so it's like, well, what the heck do I do? There's a white paint bucket that's just invisible in the bottom left. Zimbo just revealed it.
Yeah.
There's a yellow one in the eye. And there's a pink one over on the right that you start with, and that gives you all the pieces you need to complete the level, but you gotta find those parts.
Yeah, one rough thing as well is that because you're constantly moving left and right, it can often be a little bit difficult to get the paint that you want. Or sometimes you will stumble across the incorrect paint bucket on accident, and that will make it so that you can't get rid of the gems you need to get rid of. Now, this is still very early on. It gets much more difficult. It looks like Weird Al is the creator of this smiley face level, by the way. So thank you, Weird Al, for your contributions to art.
Not that Weird Al.
It might be.
I don't think. Who the heck knows?
I don't know. It could have, like, if I had connections to Weird Al and wanted to make a level that really represented him, I would have him do it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, this game got reworked and rebranded into a Trolls tie-in, where you're running left and right as a troll doll. That was in Kusog7ande 5, I gave that out? 4,
yes.
Something like that? And I had a heck of a power team for that one. I forget who. There was like a famous streamer was in that match. I think it might have been Proton John.
So you're the reason Proton John has abandoned us.
Entirely possible.
That sounds about right. Let's see. I see there was a Commodore 64 game in Kusog7ande that was Trolls. You say that you gave out...
It was called Trolls and Treasure Island, I think.
Yeah, that was... No, I see Bad Chop, RIL, Upstart DJ, and Railcoon.
That's what it was. It was Railcoon. It wasn't... It was Railcoon is what it was, yeah.
Oh, Railcoon, by the way, absolutely fantastic. And for those who don't know, I'm going to be running a show on the GDQ Hotfix. Railcoon is one of the GDQ producers that I will be working with specifically, and they're an absolute joy. I'm very excited. I get to have my first meeting with Railcoon tomorrow, and we're probably going to end up talking about ponies, like pony video games. Because Railcoon is just trying to get me to play this really weird emo pony game, and I don't know what it is, but eventually I will play it one day.
So, Waffle Fox and Poltergeist are both on a stage that introduces actual enemies. You can go through an enemy once or twice. It tends to be inconsistent depending on like what the enemy is and what level you're on. And then the third hit kills you, and you have to start the level over, but you have infinite lives.
Oh yeah. By the way, yeah, the people are pointing out this game is very colorful. One thing that you'll note, though, is that it's the sound isn't great. The controls are a little bit janky. If you ever try playing this, you know, you'll have to get used to a lot of what you're seeing the players do here. And it takes a good amount of time to get used to some of the strange quirks in the game. But this was not a licensed game. It was unofficial on... You know, it was made by Color Dreams. Color Dreams didn't exactly put out games that Nintendo gave the thumbs up to. And part of it was because of the level of quality, but partly Nintendo just didn't like certain companies.
It was made by American Video Entertainment, which I think is just a shill front for Color Dreams.
I'm pretty sure. Like, Color Dreams had a few different brands that they tried to sneak through, but if it's American Video Entertainment, that's a different group entirely.
Yeah, it's AVE.
Fine, whatever. Let me go and take a look. I feel like Color Dreams had something to do with one of these games.
Probably. They're to blame for everything. But yeah... Poltergeist is on a level that was in the Trolls game as well, having just completed it. It was a race through a slalom that basically teaches you how to do speed up. And if you don't do speed up in that level, the enemy catches you and you die horribly. But Poltergeist was able to just hammer it. It's all good. Honestly, everyone's doing really well so far.
Oh, yeah.
This game tends to be a bit harder than the Trolls version. So to see people doing so well is encouraging and a little scary. I will note the round that now Waffle Fox is on, round 12 with the thing chasing you. You start with a time limit of 20 seconds. Just, you better go. Something not obvious is you need to make sure you don't go backwards. You have to stay bouncing left and right between these curved portions. When you hit a curved portion, your axis of movement changes. Unless you're holding the direction you want to go on the D-pad, at which point the curved portion just is ignored and you keep going the way you want to go. It's kind of senseless. I actually gave them a hint that if you are sure you need to go a certain way and you can't figure out how to do it, just hold that way on the D-pad and see what happens. And that's the stage I was talking about.
Yeah, essentially, like, there are a lot of weird quirks to the game and, like, figuring out how to actually get across areas. And the biggest thing is just to try something different, you know? Try something you might not have expected, and it'll often work. It looks like Poltergeist is onto this door maze, and by door maze, I mean literally you have to turn yourself into a different color in order to go through the matching door.
Yeah, if you hit a color early like Poltergeist just did, he's done. Or they're done.
There is a reset button, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I actually don't mind that when it comes to puzzle games. Bob, as you had a reset button. Absolutely great completely fine thing to have, especially since the puzzles are so short. You know, this isn't the most stellar game in the world, but at the same time, it kind of holds up in some ways, and that it's got interesting mechanics. There are very few games that actually play like this, you know? I can't think of anything other than this and Trolls, which is essentially the exact same game except with trolls. Other than those two, I can't think of any games that are like this.
Trolls has different puzzles, so it's not exactly the same, but it's definitely the same engine, puzzles, yeah. Same concept. Oh. Zimbu got caught up on the curved things that turn your emoji around. He had all of the gems here and was ready to exit and just couldn't make it go in the door.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, these levels really start to get difficult, especially with the flying star that you see around. Those are murderous. Yeah, that was on Mr. Zimbu's previous level. Don't worry too much about who is in the lead, because I think that we will really see that starting to get determined about at the half-hour mark. At that point, you know, you'll see the people who have done extremely well. By the way, there is lore to this game. You want to hear some of the lore, Tristan?
Oh, no. Yeah, lay it on me.
Okay, everybody. Arborelia, thank you for the raid. You're coming just at the right time. Here we go. These dudes are on the move. Dude, Happy, Patch, Bozo. Let's not forget Babe and Foxy. They are somewhere in the Caribbean exploring lush lost islands and finding a king's ransom and lost treasure. Bounce with them through a radical adventure. If you hang around long enough, you'll meet the slithering serpent sentries and the dreaded gumsplats. There are many strange creatures that roam the underworld of these forgotten islands. You may escape the hounding jaws only to fall victim to the beautiful and deadly twirling star lizard. As in any adventure, your worst enemy is your own attitude. You'll get emeralds, sapphires, and gold, but don't cop an attitude or you'll never win the game. You can choose to be any of the dudes or dudettes. Patch is the oldest at 18 and is also the leader of the posse. He's cool, sly, and sometimes sinister. He also knows the islands like the back of his hand. Babe and Foxy are the girls of the group, and although Babe is a bit of an airhead, Foxy has an IQ higher than a coconut tree. Dude at 14 is way cool, because whatever he touches seems to slide into place like clockwork. His best friend Happy is smart, energetic, and the crew's prankster. Bozo is not too bright. In fact, he's pretty dumb, but his unbelievable good luck more than makes up for his stupidity.
So Poltergeist is stuck in this amazing level where if you go all the way around the spiral, you will be the wrong color when you get to the splotches in the middle. What you have to do is you have to hold the D-pad down to skip tiers, and it's inconsistent on if it will actually let you in or not. I remember playing this level. It's a little bit rough. I've played a lot of this game. And honestly, despite all of its flaws, I kind of enjoy it. But those smiley goobs in the middle are the gum splats, and they will kill you. Yeah, they do damage to you.
Yeah, they will absolutely murderize you. Yeah. By the way, the manual notes you can even eat gum splats if you have the right attitude. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in the stuff for a long time. In teamwork mode, your partner can free you if he eats the gum splat you are stuck to. Wait, you can play two-player? Another reason to have two-player Kusog7ande. Oh my gosh.
Oh no. So Poltergeist got through it eventually. That is not an easy or particularly fun level. Now Poltergeist is on a level where the walls are black. Have fun with that.
Scary. Yeah, honestly, well, I actually like the idea of invisible mazes, especially when it's, a single level I've got a lot to say about this game. The players are going to hate it. But the more that I played it, the more that I've actually appreciated it, you know? For better or for worse. The more that I played this, the more that I've appreciated it. I enjoy the sound.
About the level that Bree is on is causing anxiety, and yeah, I feel the same way. Like, just trying to get in that gap across the top of the maze, I guess we can call it.
It's rough.
It is very inconsistent when the game will let you just do that. And if you're speeding up, it won't let you win at all.
Yeah. Like, Bree is just trying to get through some of these gaps and is having such a hard time. It's just not consistent at all. There we go! She's got the orange paint. Now we just got to make sure that you go the correct direction and do not accidentally get any of the other paint and don't run out of time.
Yep, time is a slow and insidious killer. No, that's something else.
That's... Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, there you go.
Uh-huh.
Darky Dungeons. Yeah. I think that's... We've got stupid names for everything at my home, and I think that's what we call Darkest Dungeon.
I politely recommend you don't use that one.
Oh, okay. Actually, now that... Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and avoid that. I live in Utah, and I'm dumb, so we're gonna go ahead and not do that. So, because guess what? We are too ignorant and just don't know when something is terrible. Yeah. Okay.
These things happen.
There we go. Yeah, these things happen, I suppose. The important thing is to acknowledge it and be like, oops, and then you move on! You move on!
Poltergeist is having a heck of a time with the invisible maze level. You have to pick up the boat, though, otherwise going over those water tiles causes you damage.
Yeah, you will die if you don't get the boat. Bet you didn't know that, Mr. People who are watching. Mr. People who are watching. Do you like my English?
You know... I'm glad you're leading the next generation of English speakers.
Oh my gosh, I actually have a master's degree in English. And this is how I talk. How I talk to my friends.
Like, English is an evolving language, and, you know, sometimes this happens.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I think Poltergeist... Oh, no! Commentator's curse. I didn't even finish my sentence. I was about to say, I think they have it this time, and then they touched the boat from the water side and immediately died.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it.
No, you touch the boat again, you lose the power, and you don't really have a visual... I guess you do have the visual indication in the top left, never mind me, of whether or not you have it. Okay, they've got it. Now they've just got to get to the door without sinking or running out of time.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like this is a game that, like, with a little bit more polish, it could have actually been a very good game. It's got a lot of flaws, but it needed a little bit more elbow grease. But at the same time, this was made by a company that was specifically trying to not get games licensed. Specifically, American Video Entertainment, from what I can see, is a spin-off of Mechronics, which was a semiconductor manufacturer. And essentially, they were trying to make memory chips for Nintendo. Nintendo was like, no way. So they developed a chip to circumvent Nintendo's lockout circuit.
Oh, I love it.
I love it. And then they made games like this.
There's some real wild companies, like, from a bunch of different industries that got into making video games in the NES era. One of my favorite is a real estate company that just spawned off a video game division because, well, video games make money, let's give it a try.
Yeah, I actually fully support... I fully support, like, trying to get through some of the stupid rules that some of the companies have. Like, video games are a lot easier to get, like, actually officially published in certain places these days. Like, you can just make a game and put it on itch if you want, and it, you know, pretty much anything that you made is going to be available there. But back in the days of the early days of Nintendo and such, you know, what were your options? You can make a Commodore 64 game, which wasn't super popular here in the US. Yeah, some people did have it, but it wasn't as common as some of the other systems. There was Atari, of course, but you know, if you wanted to get it on a major platform, you had to pay tons of licensing fees. And, like, why, when all of these other home computers, you know, were allowing people to put things on their systems, is it really an ethical thing to, like, lock people out from your console because they made a game for it? I don't know. That's something for the courts to decide, and the courts did decide in a lot of these cases, and a lot of the companies were able to actually, you know, make games without being officially licensed.
Level Park 3 is on the hecking water level, and is having some of the same problems that Poltergeist had, which is not unexpected. Poltergeist is on whatever this is.
Oh, I remember this level. This is fun. This is a very playable video game, everybody, as you can tell based off of Poltergeist's ongoing nightmare here. And it's very easy to accidentally go and dip yourself in a different color of paint, as you are seeing happen repeatedly on Poltergeist's screen.
Poltergeist is just trying to, like, through force of will, go around this blue paint bucket, and that is a strategy.
One thing that happens as well with these curved pathways is that when you go through them, because normally you automatically bounce left and right, but the curved pathways will change your direction of automatic bouncing. So going through them, you may start automatically bouncing up and down instead of left and right. And
you can override them, sort of.
Sort of.
Extremely sort of, and it's required in several levels on a sort of a mechanic. It's terrible.
Like, I do like that you have to adjust and sort of fight to the way that the game, like, is expecting you to play it, but at the same time it feels clumsy.
It's extremely clumsy.
Like, a little bit more work and it could have worked out great.
Yeah,
unfortunately, Poltergeist taking a lot of damage on the gum boys there. Look at them, those smug grins.
It's so hard to describe how to move laterally from your axis of, like, automated motion. To move left and right on Poltergeist's screen right now, for example, you have to hold on the D-pad, and it will eventually get around to letting you move. And I say eventually, having tried to find some rhyme or reason to how this works. It's not on a full tile increment, and it's not a certain amount of time after you hold on the D-pad. It's literally just eventually.
Yeah. Maxale, by the way, having a lot of fun just bouncing around at the speed of light. Unironically, though, I think that this is a pretty fun idea for a puzzle game. Like, it's got issues. It needs polish, but it's fun.
I think there came a time where they could have decided to improve how you move or lean into it as a mechanic in their puzzles, and they chose the latter. And I think that might have been the wrong choice on some of these stages.
In some of the stages, yeah. You need to make it so that, like, an experienced player is able to control what is happening here. And unfortunately, you never really get that feeling when it comes to this game. You never feel like you're in control.
Oh yeah, so the unlabeled paint buckets, yes, those are unlabeled. What they do is they change your color based on which way you're moving when you hit them.
Mm-hmm. In essence, it rotates through a certain color scheme. So You got to experiment with going through paint buckets in different directions, you know, in different orders, in order to get the right colors for what you need to use.
Yeah, this level sucks.
Or actually, at the very far right side, yeah, Polterghost doing it right there. Managed to go around the gap. Going around the gap is absolutely required in order to get the color that you want. Yep, it's tricky. It's tricky, all right, but Polterghost is figuring this out, and that's really impressive.
It's gonna take a couple of tries. You get a lot of time on this stage, and then you find out it's not nearly enough.
Like, Polterghost is putting together. There we go. Managed to get the white to the correct place. Honestly, as long as you just keep the rotation going here, you like, you know, you go through one rotation, clear out everything that you can in that rotation, go around the gap, and then get your second rotation, getting the various colors in that area. Yeah, it looks like Polterghost is going to be doing the level again here. Good.
They have a good idea of what to do, I think, so...
Oh, yeah.
Waffle Fox Spree is now on the same heck level.
I love this level. Like, I think it's such a fun idea. Like, honestly, it's not well executed, but I love the idea.
Yeah, and I tend to really like games like that, where it's like, they had a really good idea, and then something went horribly wrong somewhere. They tend to be the most amusing.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. I love games that try that. You know, it's not successful in this case at all. But so
we've got two racers on bypass over on the left side, Polterghost and Waffle Fox, and then over on the right, Maxale is on the hex spiral level, which I believe puts him in fourth at the moment, and then Zimbu is on this cluster thing up here.
Look at
putting
the
him
cloud.
in third.
So sad.
Oh, also everyone using a different emoji. I had nothing to do with that. The racers orchestrated that one on their own. I was highly amused as I just sat there without saying anything, and everyone orchestrated which ones they were going to use.
Oh, did they actually talk about it?
Yeah, they did.
That's adorable. I love it.
Because I let them look at the character select screen. I always do. And they asked me, do the characters mean anything? And I said no. And they said, all right. And I think, who was it? I think Zimbu started that with, okay, I'm going to use this person if anyone wants to fight me for that.
By the way, Waffle Fox may have found another advantageous way, or another way to actually change your character's paint color. And that's if you stay on the paint cans, the horizontal ones, you will rapidly change. You just have to know when to leave in order to get the color you want.
That's pretty clever. I had not thought of that. So I'm starting to see more and more levels from the... Oh! Polterghost found a hidden boat, which unfortunately they already had a boat. So it removed their boat, and before they could react, they were in the water. What was I saying? I'm beginning to see more and more levels from the Trolls game, and I feel like maybe only the first couple of levels were unique to this, and now they're just recycling.
Honestly, Trolls... No, this came before Trolls. Trolls were recycling dudes with attitude.
Yeah.
Mazian, I love it that they're pointing out the anti-boat, when it touches a regular boat, they are both annihilated. And it's true. Do not touch a boat once you already have a boat. You touch a boat, you're dead. Polterghost, by the way, currently in Nightmare City. These enemies that you see here, the spinning dudes, those are known as the Staralizers, or Staralizers, whatever you want to call them. Staralizer sounds better to me.
Polterghost has it, and they've just got to avoid getting staralized.
By the way, it's not known if a Staralizer is a living creature or mystic booby trap. but it is always deadly.
Always.
Always. Per the manual, always deadly. Yeah. For people who are here, by the way, if you're new, thank you for coming and joining. I appreciate all of the follows and all of the love, the raids, again, we love to grow the community. Feel free to just have fun with each other. The Kusog7ande Discord, you know, there are always people who are talking about various games that they come across, and, you know, we just love to keep the community growing. So I hope that you are able to make new friends around here. If you are interested in other shows as well, we have Don't Make Us Bored on Tuesdays. Cornden and I essentially have a variety show where we just invite people on. We watch them play games, and as long as we're having a good time, then we laugh along. And yeah, essentially it's just people showing off games that they play that they either like or hate. Yeah, it's a good time. Weekends are for Kusog7ande in general, and then starting July 22nd, I'll be over at Games Done Quick running a show, essentially 2-player races called Grudge Match. They will be blind races with games that the players have not played or really seen before, so that's going to be a really fun opportunity to get more people involved in, you know, the blind racing scene that I love so much.
So we have 2 racers on the left half of the screen who are on this level that looks really easy. It's just a room full of diamonds. You hit them all and go in the door,
right? Oh my
right?
gosh, the time though! The time!
Uh-huh. You have to speed the entire level, and you have to spend most of your time moving laterally to increase the number of diamonds you pick up per pass. It's real tight. As the 2 racers on the left have discovered a couple of times already, they've both died a couple of times here.
By the way, there was a question in chat. Is somebody skipping levels? As it turns out, this is a game with level select, and we are allowing them to do levels in whatever order they want, because after you complete a level, there's a nice little pop-up that shows you how many you have beaten. So,
yes.
Yeah, that is completely fine for the players to do.
Which also means at the end of this match, I'm going to have to go back and look at the VOD to see who won, so just to warn you all, that's coming.
Maxale is just having fun with this nightmare spiral. I like the nightmare spiral. I'm a big fan. Unfortunately, I think Maxale is having a bit of a hard time getting consistently into this spiral.
Okay, so Polterghost and Waffle Fox Brie are on the same level. Polterghost has finished every level prior to this. Brie has skipped 3. So they're on the same level, but Polterghost is actually ahead by 3 levels.
I'm not too surprised. Polterghost won last Kusog7ande, you know, claimed the $500 grand prize that we had there. And, you know, did an absolutely great job. The trick with this level is just, you know, make sure that you do not touch the faces too much. It's 2 or 3 touches that will kill you. I don't remember exactly how many.
The other thing about this is you don't know where the door's gonna appear.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So you get all the gems and the door appears on the other side of the level from you. Well, you're hacked. Try again.
Oh, it's right there! No! Waffle Fox Brie almost got it! It's right in the middle of the level. I love how sad the music is when you die. It's like, hey, you copped an attitude, and the manual says don't do that. You need to have an attitude, but don't cop it. I don't know what it means, but yeah. I'm not too surprised. Polterghost is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah. They've done every level they've had access to so far without skipping any of them. Like I said, Brie has skipped 3. And just based on where Zimbu and Maxale are, I believe it's Zimbu in 3rd and Maxale in 4th right now. But I would have to check their scores.
Honestly, a VOD review is going to be very fast when it comes to this game, because all you have to do is go look at the last level they beat.
Yep.
And right after that, you can see how many levels they've completed. Yeah. Oh yeah, Kapow is pointing out, one hit makes you sad, the second is death. The red cross restores your health. That might also be a reason why Nintendo would never officially allow this game. Got a red cross in it, you know? Oh, whoops-a-daisy! That's what the level is named, you know?
Yep. It's shockingly difficult, because if you've been watching as racers go through this level, sometimes you can hit the diamond and just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Just right into the field of doom. Polterghost is on some kind of weird Minecraft level and has found a mine. Maybe it's Minesweeper instead of Minecraft.
Flannel Cat is saying that there are NES games that have med packs in them.
Yeah, there are.
I'm trying to think of any. Like,
Shatterhand.
Castlevania had a cross. Shatterhand?
Shatterhand.
Okay.
The,
Castlevania had a cross.
The indicator for the healing platform had a red cross on it.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and say good job. Maybe they managed to get through Nintendo of America's censors, because NOA was like, let's censor literally everything that we can think of. Like, if they could come up with half of an excuse to censor something, they would. Wait, the Red Cross was not censored in Nintendo of America games, says Flannel Cat. You might be
would
right.
tend to trust Matt on this one.
I don't know.
Oh, and also the gems you have to break are hidden on this level. Oh, good.
Yeah, apparently, a lot of video games essentially couldn't use it after a specific amount of time because of the Geneva Convention. So what you're seeing here is a violation of the Geneva Convention because of the red cross that appears in here. I've probably violated it a few times today already, you know?
I've violated Utah statutes a couple of times today.
Which ones?
Yes.
Did you carry a violin in a paper bag on Main Street? Because if you did...
There's a law in the books in Florida that forbids having relationship with a porcupine. I want to know how that ended up on the books, and also really don't.
I was gonna say, did you violate that law today? Because if so...
I did not.
Okay. Like, I'm not gonna judge. You can... Like...
I don't know any hedgehog
maybe
furries,
I'll probably judge, actually. Do I know any hedgehog furries? No. I know Sonic fans. Those exist.
I know some people who have Sonic Sonas. You know, I ain't gonna judge. I have lost Waffle Fox's stream for a moment, which means you did too, I guess.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and refresh all of the stream so all of the players are caught back up, and any of the buffering we have had is essentially negated. There, I finished the song for you as we were refreshing the stream. I hope you liked it.
No, I have it muted.
Oh, it looks like it muted again for me. Fine. Unmute.
I guess that means I'm not a fan.
Why would you mute it? Good music.
Because I could hear myself through your audio, and oh boy, that's
You can pull up the individual player stream if you want to hear the beautiful music. That's fine.
Oh, I hate the sound of my own voice.
No, don't listen to your own voice. You can just open Waffle Fox's stream and have it in a window and just, you know, just so that you can hear the video game sound effects, because I know you love them.
Lightning bolt. I did not see a lightning bolt because I was busy cringing at the thought of hearing my own voice, but yes, that's a good idea, bro.
Yeah. I've listened to my own voice long enough that I'm just... I know the quirks. I know when I'm going to hear something that I say that I'm like, ooh, I don't like the way that sounds, but that's just sort of my life, you know? I've done enough commentary that I have to deal with that.
Yeah, it's a thing you just gotta accept if you're gonna do any kind of commentary, because one of the best ways to figure out what you're doing wrong is to listen to yourself, and it bites.
Yeah, but like I also know that I've got some speech quirks. You know, when I was growing up, I had a speech impediment, and occasionally I can still sort of hear hints of that. Although I don't think people on stream necessarily hear it, but if you ever hear me like struggling to say something, then I think that it's often like a little bit of an after effect of all that, you know, just sort of lingering impediment there. But you know, it's like it's fine. Whatever.
So the game keeps track of how many attempts you've made at various levels, and I just wanted to point out that this is attempt number 69 for Waffle Fox.
Ah, yeah. Good job, Waffle Fox. You're reaching the nice number of attempts.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Thank you, chat.
It's something that, like, going back and watching marathons and such, whenever I hear myself hosting, I don't mind the way my voice sounds. It's just like the rhythm of the way that I talk seems weird, but that's because I know the quirks of my voice, and it's something that like I can't really change, and so I'm not gonna worry about it. You know, it's just how it is. Polterghost died.
Polterghost died with one coin left because all of the, what the heck were they called again? Staralizers were just all centered around the coin.
Yeah, don't let all the Staralizers get you. Look at them. Look at these naughty boys. They're just spinning.
I think Waffle Fox has reached the point where she has run out of levels that she could skip before she has to go back and face one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe you can only have 4 on the board at a time, and then it just stops giving you new levels. You have to go back and do one that you skipped.
I believe you're right, yeah. Polterghost had an interesting idea, which was essentially free the Staralizers and get them hooked on a specific slab of dirt there. Unfortunately, that is a death before getting to the exit. I love it. I love to see that. Yeah, honestly, I'd say that in most cases, like, when it comes to doing commentary and such, getting used to your own voice, it can be a little bit difficult, and, you know, it's good. It's good to know, like, what you can do in order to improve, but it's also good to, like, acknowledge when you're doing good enough. Because not everybody has to be like the super movie announcer, you know. In the year 2022, blah, 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 this is a movie about boring space stuff. You know, you don't have to be that. Everyone can sort of be their own thing, and, you know, some people aren't gonna love it, and that's okay. Just be you. Do your thing, yeah.
Oh yeah, the In a World guy.
Yeah, In a World guy. I like In a World guy. Good job for In a World guy. Like, embrace that. If you're In a World guy, just be In a World guy, okay? Do your best in a world. You know what I'm saying?
That's the guy's name, Don LaFontaine.
But yeah, for me, like, when I was growing up, I had what was called sort of a silent stutter, which essentially, whenever I was trying to talk, I would have a pause between every word that I said, you know? So I talked very slow.
Oh, what is this?
I'm do sorry. Not like Polterghost level. There's a snake.
No, I don't like it either.
There's little spinny dudes. There's cacti. Yeah. But yeah, growing up, I had a silent stutter, and because of that, I talked very slow. It was very apparent for people, and every once in a while, especially the more that I'm stressed, the more that I have gaps in between words when I'm talking. And, you know, so if you ever hear me, like, struggling to say words, then it sometimes is a little bit of that coming back. It's still not very noticeable compared, like, for other people, for outsiders, but it's something that I can notice, and I don't know, like, accept it. That's just how I am.
Yeah.
Okay, Poltergeist is dead.
So it looks like what you have to do is go against the automatic left-right flow and just go straight up and down.
Yeah.
And of course, if you end up in the bottom, you're dead because there's 2 differently colored stars bouncing around down there. There's water, there's boats at the bottom. I don't know how you get to those. I don't. Oh no.
Yeah, it seems like. Oh, you're gonna have to take 1 cactus hit in order to get the boat.
This is a mess.
I don't know if it's worth doing that. Like, if you get the boat once, though, and manage to survive, then it could end up being beneficial because then you can just, like, get these other gems and not worry about accidentally going into the water, you know?
About as far as I can go with this is, wow, this is a mess. I'm glad I'm not playing it. Yeah, this may be one that Poltergeist may actually just want to not do, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually seen Poltergeist, like, leave a level after starting it.
No, I don't think so. I think they've gone through and done everything available to them, just straight through. Zimbu is about to take out the massive diamond level. It looks like Zimbu has done every stage in a row, too. I got a quick glimpse at their score. It doesn't look like he has skipped anything. So I believe that does rather firmly put him in 3rd.
I think so, yeah.
He may be a candidate for 2nd. I need to see Waffle Fox Bree's score between stages to know for sure.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Like, all of the players are doing pretty well. I know Mexale is making a significant amount of progress here as well. Currently doing the river level. A river runs through it, and so do these little staralizers. Oh, geez. Yeah, the thing about this game is that you can skip levels, but eventually you may have to return to them. The players only have to play for an hour, though, you know? So skipping 1 or 2, not going to be a huge detriment. In fact, I'd probably say that that's a wise idea on occasion, skipping a couple levels. However, once you start getting to the point where you don't want to do any of the levels, figure out what feels the best for you and go tackle that. Like, otherwise, otherwise you're going to be in a living nightmare. Yeah.
That's the position Waffle Fox Bree is in right now, is I do believe that she has skipped so many levels that the only levels available to her are levels she has skipped.
Yeah, welcome to this game. Honestly, it's a blessing and a curse. I'd prefer to have games that allow you to skip levels for a time. I'm just thinking, like Bob Is You is really kind when it comes to that. Like, most of the time when it opens up levels for you to play, it gives you, like, 2 or 3 additional levels, and you don't have to clear all of them in order to get to the next area there. It's nice.
Okay, so
Bob Is You is, like,
has what is effectively an entire row of lights lit up.
Okay.
She has 2 skipped and is 2 past the turn around the lights around the box, so... I'm just trying to keep track here, because I'm gonna need to know shortly.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. It looks like Poltergeist is dealing with this nightmare. Bounce the boxes back and forth, you know? Sometimes take a little dip. The bad thing is that there are no boats from what I can see in this level, and because of that, you're going to have to time where you go correctly. I don't know what the martini is at the bottom either, but these are all of these faces are under 21, which makes me worry a little bit. But this was also not made in the US. Maybe Taiwan was a little more lackadaisical when it came to martini laws.
Well, this is made by American Video Entertainment.
Oh, this does say it's best to avoid booze. Drinking and driving can be a problem. Your 14-year-old character is driving. That's also a problem.
For like 3 levels in a row, I've looked up at Poltergeist's screen and gone, wow, this level is a mess.
Yeah,
and it's not getting better. I dread that Zimbu is going to finish getting the diamonds on this level, and the door is going to appear in the middle, and he's just going to die.
Yeah, that's very possible. Again, I want to shout praises for this game, despite it definitely fitting into Kusog7ande, mostly because of control issues, because this game is a nightmare to control. It still has some very cool ideas that I'm not sure there are very many video games out there that have innovative ideas like this. Or, you know, there are a lot of puzzle games out there that do the same thing over and over again, especially in the NES era. This is something different and something that no other company has tried. Possibly because, you know, this wasn't a commercial success in any regards. There's a reason, though. It wasn't officially licensed, you know? It's just this little company that wanted to make this game, and they did, and it got out there, and a lot of people hated it because the controls are absolutely a nightmare. But there are good ideas here. And I feel like, you know, if modern games could borrow some of the good ideas from some of the bad games out there, then we could potentially, you know, have some new hits come out. And then, you know, you could just be like, I secretly took good ideas from bad games. Haha. Seriously, though, they're like, we've talked about possibly doing a game jam sometime where the theme is, you know, take a bad game and make it better. You take a bad idea and end up making a good-ish or a better game out of it, you know? And this is one of those games that I think there is potential to.
Yeah, absolutely. I would take Lost in Platinus and make an actual turn-based platformer. See,
I would love a turn-based platformer and some of the possible mechanics you could come up with it. Like, that is a fascinating idea to me.
It would probably...
Poltergeist, you were so close!
Yeah, this level is... A couple of times Poltergeist has been close to getting it and then blocked the paint bucket off, at which point, well, you're hecked. Did you see where the... Did Poltergeist get the door to appear?
No.
Okay.
I don't know where the door is.
I'm real curious where the door is going to show up.
Yeah, that's... I think that can be one of the more frustrating things. But I'm not exactly sure, like, how to deal with that.
You just have to hope that you don't block off where the door is going to appear. You don't know where it's going to be, so it's kind of a Hail Mary.
By the way, I want to share a picture on stream of part of the manual, because they drew a lot of pictures for pretty much everything that appears in the game as helpful information here, and there's just one that really made me laugh. Let me see where I've saved this file so that I can pop it up for you. Okay, over here in this folder. Okay. Here we go. Okay, because, you know, it's got a picture for brick walls, it's got a picture for thin walls, it's got a picture for invisible walls, and it's got a picture for sliding walls. And it just makes me laugh that they specifically list invisible walls and have it blank.
That's real good.
I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it is. It's perfect. How else are you supposed to know what invisible walls look like? I mean, that's a good point, David. In chat, I don't know.
No, you're going in the water. Poltergeist got it. Good. Okay, so they've skipped 2 levels, yes, but they are still quite far ahead. Something like that.
What is this nightmare? I don't like this.
So we have snowshoes here. I'm trying to remember.
That's right. There's ice mechanics. I forgot about that. And essentially, you have to get the snowshoes in order to adjust the direction that you're going on the ice, I believe. Otherwise, like, even though it looks like you have no control in this game, you have less control when you don't have snowshoes on the ice.
Yep. Negative control, as it were.
Yeah, this game is a nightmare.
A game that's already ice physics.
Yeah, the entire game is ice physics, but this is double ice physics.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Tristan, I want to know what you would do with a turn-based platformer.
Oh, man. It would probably be a player versus player competitive platformer like Soldat or Liero or something, and would have a turn-based control system vaguely reminiscent of The Last Federation, if you've ever played that.
I haven't. But okay. It looks like there are a lot of pink gems. Polterghost needs to turn pink.
Yeah, I'm not entirely certain that barrel in the bottom left is the same shade, because there's
I would definitely be using the gray barrels and cycling between those. Go down through the bottom, or through the left one, up through the right one, and see like how many times, if I begin with orange, how many cycles does it take in order to become the color that I want to be, and do I get to stay within the maze with that color? And if, like, start with orange, and if for some reason I can't get pink inside of there, then I would swap over to blue/teal and try cycling through them again to see if I can get to the color I want. So there's my strategy here, y'all. As you can tell, Polterghost is not a big fan of this.
Are you a pro dude with attitude?
I think I've beaten this level. So yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I am slightly, but not like debilitatingly so colorblind, so I'm really not good at this game.
I'm also colorblind, but luckily these colors, it's enough of a difference between the light and the dark pink that I'm able to tell the difference. Honestly, green and orange are a little bit harder for me with this game, but it's not too bad. I'd say that at least for my level of color blindness, it's doable. Did you check with any of the players and see if they were colorblind?
I certainly should have, and I forgot to do so.
Tristan?
Which is kind of horrifying, because I have a giant thing in my notes saying that color accessibility is kind of important for this.
Tristan?
I don't really have an excuse for that one, aside from I just plumb forgot, despite writing it down.
Well, go ahead. I would say ask them after the match, because if any of them happens to be colorblind, then that will definitely affect whether or not we want to give them a score for this game.
Oh, because my readme calls it out.
Ah, okay. Did you give that to them?
Yep.
Nobody mentioned it. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
I can double check though. I probably should have. So we got about 2.5 minutes left. I am pretty hecking settled on Polterghost is in first, and then I will have to quickly double check the VOD just to be absolutely sure about everyone else, because everyone's been skipping.
Yeah, honestly, this has been this game is not trivial at all. If you've never played this game, everybody, I think that it's worth a shot, because it's a fascinating idea that is extremely flawed, and I feel like there's a lot of fun that can be had out of this, but it is very, very difficult. Especially the later puzzles, like they get challenging. Polterghost doesn't know where they want to go. They're like, what do I even try at this point? Polterghost went to the ice rink and I was like, nope, don't want to do that. Let's get out of there. Let's go back to whatever this nightmare is.
This is a nightmare. Oh, this is bad.
Now, the challenge here is that, yes, the gems are invisible, but you can move pretty much all of the blocks. What you have to do is clear the gems that are going to block the blocks that you need to move. And as you're going through, you know, figure out which blocks you can clear out. You don't want to hit any of the blocks to the left so that you can't enter in. You know, you need to... Basically, you have to figure out what the hidden blocks are, probably through a method of trial and error, and then just deal with everything, all of this crap. It's trial and error. That's what this level is. Trial and error. There you go. You try it, you err, and then you blame Tristan for giving you this game.
I'll take that, sure.
Aha!
This game looks hard to control. Yes. Extremely hard.
That's one of my favorite sound effects now. Good.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
Well, you know what, everybody? We are out of time. That is it. That is the final match of the day for Kusog7ande. Dudes with Attitudes. A very difficult game for the NES. And honestly, I do not envy players for having to play this for the first time on stream, because it's just so difficult. This is not a game that you would expect to get thrown at you. And yet, at the same time, I'm really glad when people do get to experience it, because it's got so many interesting ideas, but so many fails.
All right, so I think we're pretty safe to have Polterghost in as the winner interview. I'm 95% sure they took first.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and welcome in Polterghost. We will definitely want to go back and review. Waffle Fox, I think, may have been in second. Mr. Zimbu, maybe third. Mexael, maybe fourth. But that is just a guess. This is why we have an official channel in Discord to enter in the results. Hello there, Polterghost, and welcome on in. Congratulations, we think you won.
We're pretty sure.
Well, you know, thinking I won is at least pretty good, right?
It's pretty good, yeah. I'd say thumbs up. And if you didn't, we'll find out later.
Honestly, about halfway in, I felt like I was behind, and usually I'm correct about these things, but we'll see what happens.
This game's a nightmare, though.
There's a score indicator when you beat a stage, but it's the number of lights around the frame, and I have to go back in the VOD and count them. But you, for most of the race, you didn't skip levels, and you were ahead of everyone else, so I'm pretty sure you took first.
Yeah, that, oh no, Mr. Zimbu doing the slow... Oh, the zoom in! The zoom in! Oh no, zoom it into the cloud! Look at it! Ah! The cloud! He's coming! Ah! Okay, anyways. Polterghost, I want to know your thoughts about this game.
Well, I wasn't expecting a puzzle game, first of all.
Okay.
This one definitely takes the cake for, One of the most interesting I played? We'll go with that.
Yeah, I actually, I said it a lot during the stream. I have a lot of praises to sing about this game, despite its flaws, because it has a lot of flaws. It has some really cool ideas.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty basic puzzle game. It's certainly
and you can
not
make
what
your
you're
own levels.
Oh, like Wrecking Crew. Am I right with that?
I suppose, yeah. But yeah, the surprises here are really kind of fun. And you started getting to the levels that... Is it seriously going to play Quickman for me?
Of course.
Right. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I got distracted by Quickman. But
right,
yeah,
so for the judges, I have the password screen pulled up so you can see how many lights I have.
Oh, heck.
That's pretty good.
2 levels.
Okay, so you have the full top row plus 4. Let's see. I completely forgot that you could do that.
Yeah, I can replay levels to get the password screen, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have a cat cam going on there.
Well, that's okay. Well, I'm not going to worry too much about that. Like, I do not think that we had other players get past that, but if the other players do want to go and enter in their password in order to show what they had, that is fine as well. So, yeah, question. Do you feel like this was appropriate for Kusog7ande Polterghost?
I mean, Kuso to me means many different things. Sometimes it's just like a game that's actively bad and who programmed this. Sometimes it's just the really, really weird and unexpected. And this definitely falls under the second category.
Yeah, it's unlike anything else that anybody experiences. I would agree with that. And honestly, you know, I have a card of this game at home, and it is a nightmare to... Like, the first time that you hop into it, it feels absolutely uncontrollable, but then you start being like, I can actually kind of play this. And then it gets absolutely uncontrollable again. Like, it's weird how many levels the game has. I'm glad that we have a cat cam on screen, by the way. Thank you, Waffle Fox.
It's very important.
Yeah, you gotta have that. Yeah, was there anything that you found particularly bad about this?
I mean, designing levels that are just literally invisible is kind of a jerk move. Having to navigate in the dark isn't fun. But as far as that goes, all the puzzles felt reasonably fair up until the point where I got stuck, and then it was 4 puzzles that required, like, precision in order to actually pull them off. And not only precision, but also knowing exactly where all the hidden stuff is.
Yeah, it's like you have to... Having it hidden just doesn't really help out at all, I'd say. It's... I mean, it's intentional that they're not trying to help out, and, you know, the way that the game is designed is that you are going to lose multiple times, and it's, like, trying to push you to... learn how to play the game, but it's just too unreasonable, I think, at that point in the game where you've made it to. Okay, we do have the results confirmed. Polterghost first, Waffle Fox second, Mr. Zimbu third, and fourth is Maxell. Seriously, playing this game, even no matter taking first or fourth, this is a brutal game to get thrown. Like, for a round 1 game, it is a big surprise to come out. We've had this game in the past, but it is always terrifying to have it pop up again. So good job, Polterghost. I have to ask, have you been doing anything since your victory in the last Kusog7ande? Anything fun?
Oh, I have an interesting story that I know Corndan knows about my computer getting lost in the mail, and then suddenly last week popping up again after I bought a new computer with the money the insurance company sent me. I'm losing the other one.
Okay.
So, that's
not fun.
It's not fun, but it sure was a crazy story. I tracked the GPS on the computer to Mexico, and then I'm like, well, I guess it's gone.
Yeah.
But then my mother calls me up and says I picked it up from the post office in California. I'm like, really?
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, at least it worked out in the end, you know? At the very least.
Apart from that, I've been running my own Discord server for the Exceed Fighting System card game, which I think currently surpasses the official server in terms of active player base.
Okay. Well, fun. I do know that Mystery Tournament is having the card game stuff beginning, I think, next Friday or something like that. So do you plan on getting in on that, on their just like learn a new card game and play it with people?
Well, now that you've mentioned it, I might have to get into that.
Yeah, go bother them. Our friends over at Mystery Tournament, they're great. I'm glad that you are doing a lot with card games, and honestly, I fully support communities mixing with each other and getting to know each other. So if that interests you or anybody else here, feel free to go bother Mystery Funhouse or bother Poltergeist Exceed Discord server. That's cool as well. I think that's all that I have for today. Tristan, thank you so much for giving out this game. This was a blast. We will be back Tuesday with Don't Make Us Bored, Corndan and my Corndan and Brasancha. And yeah, whatever. Third person me. Brasancha has a show on Tuesdays here where we just have people come and play games. It's a good hangout session, very relaxing. And then next weekend, we should have more Kusog7ande. So that's what the next week is looking like. I'll see if I can fit another stream in during the week. For now, I see my friend Harbus currently playing the remake of Secret of Mana and is currently about to fight a dragon, it looks like. So that would be fun. Let's go raid him. Do we have a good raid message? Oh no, it's the tiger. It's the tiger fight. I like the tiger. He's cute. What was something from the manual for dudes with attitudes? There's a lot of stuff in that manual.
Putting me on the spot here. I've got nothing.
Oh, it's okay. Let's see. These...
Give game.
We could do give game. Yeah, give game. Everybody give game. Go tell Harbus give game. Okay? Because he might give Secret of Mana to you. That would be cool. Okay, see y'all. Have fun. And I will see you Tuesday if you want to come join. Otherwise, next weekend for Kusog7ande. And I'll let people know on Discord and Twitter if we have anything in the meantime. Thank you and take care. See ya. Bye, Poltergeist.
See ya, guys.
Bye, Tristan.
Bye.